Um, Hello, Janet. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
I saw on your LinkedIn that you went to USF. I also went to USF.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's really cool. I had great 4 years there and I loved it. How do you like it?
I mean, I love it so far. Um, I had a great time there. It was a great learning experience for me and everything. Um, I saw that you did political science there. How'd you end up getting into law?
Political science because through all the classes that I took at USF, I just really liked the law industry and I thought that it would be a great fit for me based off the classes and experience that I got. And so I went with that and it's been great so far.
Interesting. Yeah, I see. You're really following your passion, and that's impressive. Now down to a little down and dirty parts over here about why I'm talking with you today. How familiar are you with our IT services here at Applied Innovations?
I'm not familiar at all, actually. I've heard about it and I've seen, things about it, but I don't know too much about what you guys do over there.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. We usually work with CEOs or other high level employees at firms like health in the health industry, other manufacturing, also like legal industry. We work in all those areas, and you might not be aware of some of these problems that you could be having with tech, and that's where we come in, where we kind of help you find out a better way of handling all your printing, scanning, and IT services so that you can be as profitable in the future as you can be. So that's kind of what I wanted to go over today. I wanted to go over those three aspects right there. We have three different products that we can cover for you. And is there anything specifically you wanted to talk with me about today?
I mean, no, just get some more general information on what you guys do and, see how you guys can come in and help us with our, just day-to-day work flow and stuff.
Okay.
So
Is there anybody else involved in the decision-making process that we would need here today? Because I know you're, one of the partners of the law firm. Is there anybody else?
no, so I'm actually the main decision maker. There are other people who, I may speak to, but when it comes down to making a decision, I'm the one that does that. So.
Okay. Um, One last thing before we start getting off here. Is it all right if I take a couple notes today? I can bring these back and review our conversation, some of the things you're specifically looking for. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine.
Awesome. So I guess we'll start off. What are your problems with your printing, scanning, and IT services? Like starting with printing, I guess that's kind of get down to that specifically. So how are you currently managing your print services?
So over at our office, we rely heavily on printed legal documents, but our printing environment is inconsistent and disruptive to productivity.
Okay. Is there any way you could explain a little bit further about how that is disrupting your productivity, or adding a little bit more there, or how that's disrupting with your clients?
Yeah, I mean, one obstacle that we're facing and our biggest issue is printers breaking down or running out of toner at critical moments. This is just an example of what's, an issue at our office.
Okay, what do you think is causing that breaking down of the printings or running out of that? Is there any way that that could be fixed on its own, you think, or where's that coming from?
I mean, I don't know if it could be fixed on its own or if that's something that you guys would have to come in and do, but it's certainly causing frustration and wasted time for attorneys to try to meet these, tight deadlines that we have.
Okay, do you have like a vision of what the solution is that say, from working in your firm and seeing these issues, is there a vision that you have of a solution to this printing service problem that you have with the toners and it breaking down?
Yeah, I mean, we would want, reliable, secure, centralized printing that never slows down that never slows legal work down. This ideally would be great to never, come across any kind of issue.
Okay.
Reliability.
Okay, reliability.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of our key points here at Applied Innovations. We have, top-notch quality, products, and we have a dedicated team that makes sure that your items that you have from us, those services, all that technology will not break down. Um, Another question here, is there any part of your pricing abilities, in, sorry, excuse me, any part of your printing abilities that you are missing that you kind of think would be something that'd be helpful?
Something that we're missing. Um, yeah, we're missing just again the automated toner delivery and maintenance package. These are things that we want alongside the reliability and security that we're looking for in the printing. And so it's not just the reliability, but having the toner and the maintenance package as well would be great.
Okay, yes, that's one of our main services that we include in our printing service package. What is an ideal situation for your printing capabilities? Like, what is the primary functions you want out of it?
Well, again, ideally we would want everything to be automated and properly managed so that we don't come across any kind of issue. And then alongside, again, with the toner and the maintenance package, in case something does happen, um, to just have that on hand at all times. So I don't know if that's something that you guys can do.
Oh, yes, that's definitely something that's included within our pricing bundle for managed print services. Also, have you ever tried to get this type of service before from a different provider?
I mean, yeah, we've tried out other providers, but we brought them in and they just can't get the job done, and it's just costing us a lot of money at the end of the day. So,
Okay, what specifically happened with them that was, ruining the performance that you were expecting of them?
just not being able to maintain the machines, not really having anything in stock, like such as toners and certain parts for the machines, and it was really just kind of useless.
Okay, yeah, that's with our services, we have our devices are monitored 24/7 so that it gives it an update for when toner could possibly be, on the low end, and we can get technicians in there to replace that so that issue that you're discussing will not happen again, under our package that we have. Um, so why is now a good time specifically to change your print services?
Well, I mean, now is a good time because we want to get this fixed as soon as possible. And we can make a decision with 30 to 60 days. We have lease renewals coming up with other companies, so we want to review options before committing. And we don't want to be stuck with more underperforming devices. And yes, if the financial and productivity benefits are clear, we could definitely move quicker. And we need a strong business case and a smooth implementation plan to kind of speed things up. But as soon as possible would be, you know, great.
Okay, do you have any, I mean, obviously you just said, as soon as possible, if that's, to get this issue solved. Is there any other like specific time that you could give me for when you expect this decision to be finalized?
Yeah, I mean, we can make a decision within 30 to 60 days. That's kind of our timeline right now.
Okay.
So.
Is there any important clients you have in the next 30 to 60 days, like you said, that could possibly, you know, mess with some of those decision making or that ultimate implementation of the equipment?
Well, I mean, every case that we get into our office is an important client to us. So it's whether it's a big case or a small case, we want everyone to have the same experience. So if we have this service that can be great to everyone, that'd ideally be great. So I guess within those 30 and 60 days, we can wait. So that's kind of what I mean as soon as possible within those 30 and 60 days. That would be fine for us if that's good with you guys.
Okay. What's driving that specific timeline decision, other than, obviously the urgency behind having your printing services like fully operational and operating the way that you want them to, obviously, with clients in the way. So what's specifically driving that for you as one of the managing partners?
Just, just making sure everything gets up and running, everything's properly functioning, and really just working the way we want it to work. And just by speaking to you, I think that you guys can definitely come in and fix that for us. It seems like you guys are really well established in different companies as well, and more than interested in using you guys. So yeah.
Okay. I was gonna ask, if the timing could be, expedited, any quicker quicker with good reason. But I mean, there it sounds like, you're willing to do it as soon as possible if you have that opportunity. I mean, it sounds like you're urgent on it. Um, so I guess it really comes down to you on that decision of when we can do it. I mean, obviously, like you said, I heard the 30, 60 days, you got important clients coming up, so we'll see how quickly we can get, you know, this whole situation figured out, and then we can, after we assess your current printing services, we can implement our own plan. Um, so what would need to happen next to increase, or in the next step in this decision-making process?
So I guess the next step in the decision-making process would be to just kind of, I don't know if you guys want to send a representative to our office to kind of just scope out what we have here and see what can be improved, to see what we already have, and what we can keep. So I guess that would kind of be the next step, and then I guess talk about pricing. Um, After that, I mean, that would be a big factor. I don't know what your costs are. So
Okay. Let me pull up really quickly. Our managed print services are 14,000 a month, and that's gonna, where we kind of have a multiple step process and how we're gonna solve that issue. Once we start moving ahead with that, first we'll have a team come in and kind of like assess your situation, your current printing situation. After they've analyzed, what will help and what won't, they'll plan on how to best implement that without disrupting your business. And then another part of that step is to validate, identify the opportunities that we can increase your efficiency. And then that's when the implementation aspect comes in, and where we all put in, we work with you so that we're not disrupting anything. And then at the end, they review just to make sure everything's working perfectly fine the way that you need it to.
yeah, I mean, right now we're currently spending around $4,500 per month, so 4,500, and we believe we could save 900 to about $1,350 a month by consolidating services. We believe that the overspending is caused by too many printers and decentralized ordering of supplies. So I know that you mentioned $14,000, but currently we're spending $4,500 per month for a service that really isn't doing anything for us.
Okay.
So that's a big gap.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like it is a more expensive service. In the long run, though, you're saving on, lost supplies from that, say, tons of printing that you do not need, right? Because I mean, sometimes when you got bad printing services, you're printing tons of papers, it's not doing both sides the way that you want it to, it's out the window. Also, with ink, if you have ink that, some of them goes bad, ours, within that pricing, we handle all the ink, we handle all of that, so that you don't have to worry about it all. Plus, there is no downtime on it. Like, it will not go down without, and I mean, even if it rarely does, our technicians will be on the spot to stop any issues or ability of it to disrupt your work or your workflow, your operations. And so, what is driving your budget overall?
Our budget is mainly driven by productivity gains and anything that protects billable time. So that's what our budget is driven by.
Okay, perfect. Yes, I understand what you mean. That's where print services come in handy, especially with this higher price. I mean, if you're willing to wiggle a little bit in your budget for something that will offer those savings and make your firm look better, especially in the competitive area of Tampa, I think that would be a great option for you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, again, you guys seem like you guys clearly what you're doing, you're well established, and we would be willing to spend the 14,000 if this is something that you guys can just completely take off of our hands, because we can't deal with the, printing situation anymore, so.
Okay, now I guess we'll start going on the
Scanning services. Can you kind of walk me through your current scanning process?
Yeah, so we still have thousands of physical files stored in cabinets and offsite, which slows us down when we need to retrieve older case documents.
Okay, so how does these issues with having these old case documents and not being able to get to them efficiently, obviously that takes time. How does that affect your business overall?
So it takes us far too long to locate documents, especially when clients or courts need something urgently. The root issue is that paper files are scattered across multiple locations with minimal indexing. These delays reduce billable hours and negatively impact client responsiveness. Mainly, we want everything converted to secure digital records that can be accessed instantly when needed. So, yeah.
Okay, that's, we come in great on that role with our scanning services because, we'll take all your scanning products, in a secure vehicle, obviously, because it's important client information. We'll scan all of those, we'll put it into like a specific location online that you'll be the only one with access to it other than our, our trusted team. That's obviously what you're paying us to do. And we'll make sure that those documents can access from any computer anywhere at any time by your specific employees or your firm in general. Do you have, any kind of like vision or specific example of what you want your scanning services to be like?
Yeah, I mean, so some enhancements we would like would be we would like to eliminate physical storage. It just takes up too much space. It's not convenient. We want to improve retrieval times. So instead of having to go to the file cabinets and having to look, just have it instantly, and support hybrid access to case information. Those are just some of the things that we would want to enhance here in our office.
Okay, yes, that's some of the main points that we cover with our scanning services. I mean, we've had multiple clients in the past where that was like same issue because everybody's trying to get into this new digital age, right? And now's the time to get ahead of your competition and make that switch over to this, our specific scan services where that solve all those issues for you. Um, are there any areas you think could be optimized?
Yeah, so one thing we've tried small scanning projects before, but we've never at the scale needed to see meaningful improvement. So now is the right time because our backlog keeps growing and we are expanding office space, not file rooms. So we're really trying to optimize on just kind of improving our filing, just overall. So.
I know you brought up kind of how that's how that's helping you overall, like reducing your space for storage. Obviously that comes down to money, when you're renting space, releasing space. Also, the ability for you to be able to find those documents and old case files as quickly as you possibly can, rather than have let's say like an employee go through for hours and hours just to find one couple words on a piece of paper that's hidden back there. So I guess you know have you ever tried any type of specific like scanning service before, kind of like ours?
I mean, yeah, we've tested just like the printing. We've tested other companies that come out and they help with the scanning, but none of them have really helped us in the way that we want to, be helped and it's costing us a lot of money for something that we weren't using. So I don't know, you guys kind of have a unique product that I think would really help us in what we're looking for.
Okay, that's great to hear. I'm glad that you're just kind of seeing some ability from us that we can perform the way that you need, that you need at your firm. Can you walk me through the decision making process of this overall decision on this print scanning service?
Yeah, so the decision-making process, we can meet in person or whatever, and I'm the one that actually makes the decisions here in the office. So, really just run anything by me, and we can figure something out.
All right, perfect. I'm glad I'm talking to the right person here. Um, is there anything that can help make this decision for you easier, like on my part that you need to know?
Yeah, I mean, just giving me some more information on what all the the scanning entails, and ideally the timing for we would like to make a decision within the next 60 to 90 days, so that we can start clearing physical spaces as soon as possible. Because we're gonna have to clear a lot of spaces, organize the files, and just make sure everything's done correctly so we don't lose any documents. So that's really just the timing, but yeah.
All right, yes, we can definitely cover any of those specific aspects of the scanning service with you that I can cover, maybe at another time. The different aspects in big detail of what we do when you start our scanning services, just a quick breakdown of it. We first set our employees over the assessor situation a lot like the printing services. Assemble, right, which is mainly like I kind of brought up earlier, where we pack all your documents into a secure vehicle, and we take them out and scan them for you. And at that point, it's all on us, where we're converting them over to the um, online system for you, and we deliver those digital files to you immediately. You also have an option to have those old paper files back if you want them, and then we go forward from there. At another time, we can go over that again for you. But I wanted to ask too, do you know how much money you could be saving if you solve this issue?
So currently we're spending about we're currently spending around $6,000 per month on physical file storage and retrieval services, and digitalizing records could help eliminate most of that over time. Um, so that's currently what we're spending. I don't know what you guys are, what your services cost. So
Yeah, so our scanning services here, it's 20,000 per month. Yes, that's over your budget or over what you're currently spending, right? But this comes into effect when your all your documents will be on a specific spot. I mean, it's a big service to ask. Your firm's been in business for years and years here. There's going to be a lot of, you've had a lot of clients. There's a lot of paperwork that needs to be handled. So it's kind of an ultimate fee for that. We can work out some budget, changes to that if need be. But overall, that's the monthly that we offer.
okay.
How do you know, like, with that, do you think that amount is enough that, it will solve your issues that you're currently having? Like, let's say, it'll be worth it paying that much to solve your issues.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I would be willing to spend the 20,000 if that can just completely eliminate all the problems that we're facing here in the office regarding the scanning, because we can't. It's just slowing the office down, and I think by spending the 20,000, it'll improve workflow tremendously, which will ultimately drive in more money for us, where we don't have to spend a lot of time looking for files, organizing files, and everything will be at the touch of our fingertips. So. Spending the 20,000, I'm willing to do if that's going to, if you can ensure that it can improve, just overall workflow here in our office.
Yes, we definitely will make sure that it's helping your workflow. I mean, we have 99.9% client retention rate. So I guarantee you, with my own word, that we'll be able to solve that issue for you.
Yep.
But I want to switch over to the last product here with you quickly. We can wrap up on this. On their managed IT services, how satisfied are you with your current IT services that you have?
With my IT service, so we experience periodic IT issues and downtime that interrupt casework and reduce the amount of time our attorneys can bill clients. So that's something that we are experiencing.
Okay. Can you tell me more about how those affect your business overall? Like being as one of the managing partners, from your overarching view of the firm, how is that like, what's the total effect of that on your business?
So I mean, obviously the total effect is that if we have IT issues and downtime, we can't work, right? So we can't work on cases, we can't work with clients, we can't call clients because it's all connected. And so not being able to work really affects us. We need to be able to work and work on these cases and just kind of get them through the door, so that we can, obviously make money and our internal IT team is stretched too thin to proactively manage systems and prevent outages. So these disruptions happen because we rely on aging infrastructure and reactive support. So every minute our systems are down delays legal work and frustrates clients who expect quick action. We want a more stable and secure IT environment that keeps our firm operating smoothly at all times. So that's just something that we are, it's an obstacle for us. And so, yeah.
All right, yeah, with our managed IT services, I mean, we have a 24/7 help desk that's, our experts, in this specific field where they can handle all these issues, prior when they come. We also kind of have like some analytical tools, that help us determine, wear and tear on devices, and if there's any upcoming issues that could possibly, happen. We also, we have fully and co-managed options here. So, we can work with your current team, so now you have even more bodies on the issues if there are any. So have you ever considered any types of technologies or strategies that might help optimize your service, your IT services that wasn't something that you're currently using, like any new ones?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've looked into, finding a solution to this, and we've gone through different companies before, and we don't have anyone, we haven't found anyone that we, like at the moment, that could fix our issue, but we would like proactive monitoring, faster response times, and stronger cybersecurity protections, for sensitive case information. And a managed service partner would allow our internal staff to focus on higher value initiatives rather than constant troubleshooting. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just make some notes on that real quick. Um, do you got like a target date for when you're planning on making a purchase on your managed IT services?
Yeah, so we're aiming to make a decision within 60 to 90 days, mainly to align with several system renewal deadlines. This timeline is driven by the need to eliminate instability before we take on more high-profile litigation. If you clearly show reduced downtime and enhanced security, we could accelerate approval, but we would need a smooth transition plan with minimal disruptions to operations, to move faster. So.
Okay, perfect. Other than that, I mean, what financial factors are affecting the purchase?
So we estimate that downtime and IT inefficiencies are costing us about 20,000 per month in lost productivity and billable hours. So that's, a lot of money for our firm, and these losses occur because attorneys and staff cannot work when systems freeze or go offline unexpectedly. So we track this through help desk logs, ticket frequency, and measurable deadlines and billable utilization, during outages. Our budget is driven by protecting revenue and eliminating financial risk tied to IT disruptions and compliance issues.
Okay, yes, so like our ultimate pricing for managed IT services is 55,000. And yeah, that sounds like a lot, but I mean, if it can get rid of that 20 grand that you're just talking about that it's causing your firm to lose, I think it's, a big issue, and that this service would help you out a lot. I mean, it does, we have proactive monitoring, that's preventing the outages and the downtime, like you said, that's an issue. Our help desk are faster responses, so your staff and attorneys can stay productive as much as possible. And our enhanced cybersecurity protects sensitive client data, which is, that's very important, to be a trusted law firm in that. And it includes an internal IT team that can focus on strategic initiatives within your IT services, and we're focused on daily fix, so you don't have to worry about it at all. And then improved reliability support, which, that helps your billable hours right there, without interruptions. You can get the whole hours, not have to push clients off for issues that aren't actually big issues for you.
Mhm.
And then disaster recovery and backup solutions. So, God forbid anything happens, you'll always be covered there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, those are all things that we would really need here in our office. So sounds great to me.
Awesome. Well, it was great talking to you today, Janet. Um, we'll definitely set up another meet here to kind of wrap up the whole situation And thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the information. It was great talking to you, and I look forward to speaking again. So,
Awesome, great. Have a good day.
thank you, you too.